Manchester City are scripted to win the Premier League. Just take a look at the fixtures. Man City don't get to face off against any of the big six except for Tottenham from April to the end of the year. Man City are going to win their first 9 matches of the season. They're going to be 7-0 after they defeat. Or let's see right here. This is 3. They'll be 7-0 before they face off against Arsenal, because it's Arsenal that's Gematria 70. They're going to win their first 7 matches for sure. They're going to have 21 points. City is Gematria 21. Right here. So right here, this is 9 points. During the three-peat, during the first 3 championships and counting towards next year, Man City won 27 in 2021. They won 29 in 21-22, and then last year they won 28 matches. So Man City have 84 wins across the three-peat to the four-peat. Their second match of the year, they're going to defeat West Ham to win their first 2 matches. So right there, it'll be 6 points in 2 matches. Pep Guardiola, the Champions League final this year is at the City of London. City of London's Gematria 62. The 86th Premier League win of the 4P is going to occur against Newcastle, which of course are owned by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is Gematria of 86. So the 86th Premier League win of the 4P is going to occur against the Saudi-owned club. And then in the third match, right after beating the Magpies, they're going to be 3 for 3. Magpie by itself is Gematria 33. Now, Man City, when they defeat Wolves, they're going to have 21 points. They're going to go for their 24th points of the year after they defeat Wolves. They'll have 21 after they defeat Wolves. They're going to go for their 24th points against Arsenal. Their following match against Brighton is going to see Man City at 25 points when that match is 0-0, because Arsenal is Gematria 25. So their first 8 matches, 3 points. Then when it's 0-0 in the next match, they'll have 25 points coming off their victory against Arsenal. So it's going to be the exact opposite. Man City, compared to previous years, they're going to start out very quick. Then the 93rd win of the 4P is going to occur against Brighton. So 84, 86, 87, that's 88. Look. West Ham is Gematria of 89. Haaland made his Premier League debut against West Ham. 84 wins across the 3P. 87, 88, then 89 against West Ham. Their 93rd win, thus, is going to occur against Brighton. Their 93rd win of the 4P. Brighton is Gematria of 93. So they're going to win their first 9 matches of the year. And then they enter with 28 points with the score 0-0 at kickoff of the Manchester Derby. It is United that's Gematria of 28. And I'll go ahead and say that probably Man United's going to beat Man City in that match. I can see Guardiola 13-8 against Man United, and then if they don't face off in any cups, then he can get that 14th win against Man United later on in the year. So where's this match going to be played at? So let's just say Man City win their first 9 matches. They may drop points against Man United. So if they lose this one, now let's see this one. Where's the Chelsea match going to be played at? It's going to be at London, England, huh? So 84, 87, 91, 93, then you know what? It could be 94, it could be 95. The 96 win of the four-peat can happen at Stamford Bridge. Stamford is Gematria of 96. And you know, Guardiola's going to remain at 35 Premier League losses as Man City manager entering the game against the Gunners. Gunners is Gematria 35. So Man City are going to be undefeated to start this season. So Premier League begins August the 11th. That's the beginning of the Premier League season. They're going to lose their first match against Liverpool, maybe. The main idea is that they're going to start out very quickly. They may lose their first match against Liverpool 106 days after they begin the season against Burnley. Burnley is Gematria of 106, Burnley FC. So they'll beat Man United. So this means that Man City's going to win their 96th Premier League match of the four-peat when they defeat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. So 84 entering the year, 85, 87, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. So that'll probably be their first loss of the year against Liverpool. Then it is. It'd be crazy if it happens against Tottenham. Guardiola has 35 Premier League losses. He loses 36 to Tottenham, or he enters the Tottenham match with 36 Premier League losses as a City manager. It is Hotspur, that's Gematria 36. So Man City are going to start out they're going to start out super duper quick. In Gematria, it's Manchester United FC, that's Gematria of 80. Man City are going to start out, well, yes, you definitely start out 8-0, then 9-0. Let's see, Bournemouth Football Club is Gematria of 93, so they defeat Brighton. If they lose against Man United, then they'll enter with 93 wins during the four-peat. So just breaking down possible dates when Man City lose their first match of the season. That includes a Super Cup, that includes a Community Shield. So this could be their first loss of the season. Let's see if Invincible is Gematria gives us any sense. You know what would be insanely scripted is if, you know, Man City defeat Liverpool, they lose their first match against Tottenham, but they win the league against Tottenham. You know what? Let's go to Guardiola head-to-head versus Liverpool. So let's see. Liverpool 7 and 8. You know what? Just looking at this. Well, sure, 8 and 5, like Gematria of Man City, but if he goes 7 and 9, that would be the Gematria of the Reds. The Reds is Gematria of 79. So when it's all said and done, 1, 2, the two cups, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 12, 13. So they could start 14-0 or something of that effect. They can enter this match against Tottenham with 36 losses. United or Liverpool? Well, let's derive the relationship between Man City's last loss of the year to their next loss to begin next season. So their last loss was actually against Brentford, May the 28th. Brentford is Gematria 48. Brentford FC, Gematria 57. So that was May the 28th. So the key to this probably is May the 28th of 2023, the last time Man City lost a competitive match. To let's first go to the Manchester Derby. $153 days. Bournemouth is 52, so disregard previous there. Now, Guardiola head-to-head against Man United. So 13-8 is possible. The 14-7 is certain. Well, let's see the day numerology of the Manchester Derby. So 7, that's 8, that's 9-day numerology. That's 9-day numerology. So what if on 9-day numerology, Man City, they drop points for the first time? Then it could be 31 against Bournemouth. It could be 34. Then they could enter the match with 34 points against the Reds, because the Reds is Gematria of 34. So not the refs. The Reds is Gematria 34. So a draw possibly, as far as their first loss goes. Last league title they failed to win. Liverpool won the Premier League. So 90. If this match ends in a draw, then this is where we get Bournemouth having Gematria of 93. So Bournemouth Football Club. So I can definitely see a draw. Definitely 8-1 and 0, 9-1, 0. No, excuse me. 9-1, 0, 10-1, 0. 11-1, 0 to that effect. And then their first loss could happen to have a 11-1 loss record. So the Liverpool match, I'm looking at, they could lose their first match at Anfield. So November 25th, due to their last loss. The amount of time from their last loss to, of course, 26 weeks. Istanbul is Gematria 26. 182 days is also Gematria Burnley. Their season opener, I think. Ignore that part. Let's move on to beginning of the season to November 25th, so that'd be August the 11th. So yes, 106 days. I'm going to go with Liverpool for their first loss. They may drop a point against United, and they can get the win. They'll lose for the first time against Liverpool. Now let's go to the time that Man City are going to win the English Premier League. They'll win the Premier League match week 35 against Tottenham before the Champions League. They'll rest starters. April 20th, they're going to beat Spurs to win the league. Now, the reason why I think they beat Spurs is their new manager came over from Celtic. And the last time that we've seen a real quadruple came during the 1967 Champions League final when Celtic defeated Inter. And Inter, of course, Man City defeated in the previous final. And the septuple is going to happen in the following final. They're going to win the Premier League against the former manager of Celtic. the 35th match of the season for Man City. Last year they prevailed over the Gunners. Gunners 35. Tottenham by itself is Gematria of match week 35. Tottenham FC champions 44. You know, Tottenham FC, not only is it Gematria champions, Tottenham FC has Gematria Pep Guardiola. And this is the under 25th season of, well, actually, this is not the under 25th season of Manchester City. Disregard previous. I like Pep Guardiola to get some revenge against Tottenham in the Champions League by defeating Tottenham to win the league. So Guardiola against Tottenham. It could be 9-8. Who knows if the first loss occurs against Tottenham then? Let's just take a look. December the 2nd. 113 days, whatever. I'm gonna go with Liverpool. So Man City are facing Tottenham on the April the 20th, 420 day. The amount of time from 420 to June the 1st day, the Champions League final. I have to go to 2024. Excuse me. Okay, the amount of time from April the 20th of next year, when I'm predicting Man City to win the league, to the time that they win the quadruple, 6 weeks later, 42 days later for Guardiola's 42nd trophy, excluding Barcelona B. 43 days after they win the league over Tottenham, their last league title in year 61. 6 weeks and a day later, Man City wins the final at Wembley, the first winner at Wembley since Bayern Munich. 43 days later, end day included, champions Gematria 43. Guardiola is Gematria 43. And of course, quadruple is Gematria 43. So 43 days later, I like Man City to win the quadruple. Now, the amount of time from Pep Guardiola's birthday, January the 18th, to the time that Man City win the league, 93 days after his birthday, they win the league over Spurs. Spurs is Gematria 93, but also Spurs has Gematria 21. Titles Gematria 21, City is Gematria 21. 93 days after Guardiola's birthday, he wins the league over Spurs. 93 days after Guardiola's birthday. 3 months and 2 days later, he's the greatest manager. He's going to win the league over Tottenham. I think they'll break their own record of 32 Premier League victories next year. So in order to do that, yeah, they need 32 victories. I'll go 34 victories for the Invincibles next year, for 118 wins across 4 years. Invincibles, Gematria 118. Coach Guardiola, Gematria of 118. 34 wins for this season. First loss against the Reds. I mean, sounds very valid. Sounds very valid. Sounds very valid. But who knows if they rest players and it impacts the ability for them to make history, if they're just too good. The amount of time from the start of the season for Man City to the time that they win the Premier League, April 20th, is 8 months, 9 days later. That's 36 weeks later. Hotspur, Gematria 36. 89, I'm not sure what's significant about 89 yet. It'll require more investigation. How about spelling out 4P? The 4P Gematria of 135. Now, what in the world is 135? We'll get to that point. Let's see, November 25th, if they lose that game to April the 20th, 148 days, end day included. The quadruple is Gematria 148. Okay, let's go to their first match against Tottenham in 2023, to the time that they win the Premier League. 68 day numerology, 24 and 20 and 24, you get 68 championship. Okay, the projection, we're at 84, we're at 87, 91, 93. Let's get. See, let's see here. Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, Gematria. Crystal by itself is Gematria 98. So again, the 93, drop points. 94, could be 96. Let's see, 93, the 94, the 95, and you know, they could enter 98 wins for Crystal Palace. Tottenham is Gematria 116. I like Pep Guardiola and company to win the league over Tottenham in match week 35. This is going to be their 32nd win of the season, 3 months and 2 days after Guardiola's birthday. The under 16 win of the four-piece is going to happen. It's going to equalize the record of 2017-18, the 18-19 Man City teams for wins in the season with 32, entering with 31 against Harry Kane. 31 for the season, the Premier League, the match win number 32 against Tottenham. And then they'll break the record against Nottingham Forest for Premier League wins in a season. This is match week 34, okay. Match week 34. Still, that'd be insane. We're just speaking about possibility too. Maybe this game right there, that's when, Nottingham Forest, April 27th, they can make history. Let's see what Forest has Gematria of. We'll just send it right there. Premier League prediction of the year. Man City going to start out quick. They're going to be undefeated, win their first 9 matches of the season. They're going to win the league over Tottenham Hotspur.